Welcome. I'm Angel Duncan from AWS Academy. I help thousands of new cloud computing professionals each day. How? By working with higher education institutions and industry partners to advance cloud computing training opportunities for students. This video provides an overview of how AWS Academy proudly invests in higher education to close the cloud skills gap. We'll review why cloud skills matter and how AWS Academy prepares students for industry employment. We'll also cover our curriculum, our educator professional development process, and the steps you'll need to join AWS Academy. Let's get started. Cloud migration has accelerated, and companies around the world are investing in their future with the cloud. Organizations need employees with the expertise not only to move to the cloud, but also to leverage new cloud technologies like machine learning, the Internet of Things, and big data. But according to the 2018 Global Knowledge IT Skills and Salary Report, a majority of IT decision makers reported a gap between their team's skill levels and the knowledge required to achieve organizational objectives. In other words, today's pool of cloud talent isn't meeting industry demand, and this problem is only expected to grow. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, by 2020, there will be a 1.4 million person gap between software development jobs in the U.S. and qualified applicants to fill those positions. Let's look at 4 ways AWS Academy is working to close the cloud skills gap. First, we provide institutions with AWS-authored curriculum. Developed by solutions architects, content developers, and instructional designers, and updated regularly, AWS Academy content helps our member institutions keep pace with industry developments. Second, our curriculum can integrate seamlessly and flexibly into a number of post-secondary degrees, diplomas, continuing education, or professional education programs. Third, all AWS Academy courses align to industry-recognized and employer-valued AWS certifications. Finally, AWS Academy builds employment readiness by training students in cloud computing, the #1 hard skill companies need most, according to 2019 LinkedIn data. Since 2017, academic institutions from around the globe have joined AWS Academy. Here are just a few. These member institutions are public and private, for-profit and not-for-profit, and grant 2- and 4-year degrees. Now, let's review some of the resources and benefits AWS Academy provides at no charge to institutions, educators, and students. Academic institutions can enroll in AWS Academy for free. Once they've joined, institutions have access to ready-to-teach curriculum that's developed and maintained by AWS. AWS Academy regularly updates its courses to reflect the latest releases and best practices at AWS. Students receive free, guided, hands-on experience in the AWS cloud. Throughout the program, educators receive support and mentorship from AWS Academy technical program managers designed to foster their professional development and industry knowledge. AWS Academy also supports participants as they pursue industry-valued AWS certifications. Educators and students have access to complimentary practice exams as well as 50% discounts on AWS certification exams. Certification is mandatory for educators and encouraged for students. Again, all these benefits are available at no cost to AWS Academy members. AWS Academy curriculum is rooted in learning through experience. Students first master cloud basics and then dive into practical, hands-on learning experiences. Let's take a look at the curriculum in more detail. First, live or digital lecture modules introduce students to key technical concepts. Digital content allows educators to flip the classroom or create a blended learning environment. Second, hands-on labs let students hone their AWS skills in a sandbox environment. Third, students can assess their comprehension through multiple choice quizzes called knowledge checks. Finally, students develop and implement an AWS solution through scenario-based project exercises. Now, we'll dive into AWS Academy's growing library of courses that you'll find in various academic departments, from computer science to business. The first is AWS Academy Cloud Foundations. This course provides an overview of AWS cloud concepts, services, security, architecture, pricing, and support. It contains 20 hours of content in the form of lectures, knowledge checks, hands-on labs, and digital modules, and it's available in multiple languages. Aligned with our AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner certification, the course can be offered as an introductory level cloud computing literacy course to non-IT and non-computer science majors. To teach this course, educators must complete approximately 20 hours of course-related activities. AWS Academy Cloud Architecting covers the fundamentals of building IT infrastructure on AWS and helps students prepare to take the AWS Certified Solutions Architect Associate exam. It contains over 40 hours of content delivered through lectures, hands-on labs, and project work. This course is generally offered as an intermediate or graduate level course for students with technical knowledge and skills. To become accredited to teach this course, educators must complete about 40 hours of course-related activities. AWS Academy Cloud Developing helps students gain technical expertise in development with cloud technologies. It also helps them prepare for the AWS Certified Developer Associate Certification exam. Students who complete this course are able to develop with the AWS SDK and identify best practices for building and deploying applications in the AWS cloud. This intermediate level course contains approximately 40 hours of content delivered through lectures and hands-on labs. Finally, AWS Academy Cloud Operations is an intermediate level course that prepares students to pursue in-demand DevOps, support, and cloud operations roles at the entry level. It also helps them prepare to take the AWS Certified SysOps Administrator Associate exam. Through case studies, demonstrations, and hands-on activities, students will learn how to troubleshoot various scenarios and automate deployments of networks and systems on AWS. As AWS Academy continues to grow, we'll add more courses that align with industry interest and demand. So how can your institution join us in our mission to bridge the cloud skills gap? First, you must work at a post-secondary educational institution offering accredited degrees, diplomas, certificates, or continuing education programs. Your institution must accept the AWS Academy program terms and conditions. You'll also need to select a central point of contact. The central point of contact will be responsible for nominating one or more educators to gain AWS Academy accreditation for each AWS Academy course they deliver. The central point of contact will work with AWS Academy to draft and submit an instructional plan. In order for an educator to participate in AWS Academy, they must complete our accreditation process, commit to delivering the course content in full, and agree to encourage students to get AWS certified upon completion of the course. Finally, for students to participate, they must be at least 18 years of age, enrolled at an AWS member institution, and enrolled in a course taught by an AWS Academy accredited educator. Now I'll provide a quick summary of the educator accreditation process. Educators must complete the appropriate AWS Academy course and pass the AWS certification exam that aligns to the course they are nominated to teach. For all courses except for AWS Academy Cloud Foundations, educators must also have their course content approved by a technical assessor. After successfully completing these steps, the educator is accredited to teach. Ready to get started? Let's review how you can join AWS Academy today. Step 1. Take a few minutes to complete a membership application at awsacademy.com and designate a central point of contact. Step 2. Have your central point of contact nominate educators for accreditation and submit a draft instructional plan. Step 3. Nominated educators start their accreditation by logging into the AWS Academy portal and acknowledging the AWS Academy Program Guide. Step 4. To become accredited, educators must complete all core curriculum activities, pass the corresponding AWS certification exam, and if applicable, have their course content approved by a technical assessor. Step 5. Once accredited, educators are ready to deliver course content to students. That's all there is to it. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about AWS Academy. We hope you'll join us in our efforts to close the cloud skills gap, and we look forward to welcoming you to the AWS Academy community.